Alright, yo, let's fucking go. It's episode 6, Primo Sports. We in here, we in the building, you know what I'm saying? Continue making this content. Of course, I'm your host, Jake, spreading love. And I'm always with my co host.
You know who it is? It's your man Lex. Welcome to another episode of Primo Sports, where it's all game, no hype, new wave of sports media for the fans. And enjoy this episode.
Feel me? This is y'all getting a perspective. Like, the whole point of this show is we're y'all, you know what I'm saying? We just the fans, sitting on the side, watching the game, loving the games that, whatever sports it is, whether it's UFC, whether it's, basketball, football. We just love sports, you know what I'm saying? Not all sports, I ain't gonna lie, we ain't into every sport, but the ones that we do love, we got passion for it, so we want to talk about it, and we always talk about it over the phone and shit, so why not bring our opinions to YouTube, to TikTok, you know what I mean? And that's just how we're going to do it, man. So just bringing it in. We got started off with, of course, Game 7. We had a great start, and then it got tragic. Unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game. Hate to see that shit. Honestly, it fucking sucks because it kind of robbed the game, what the potential of the Game 7 really could have been, because Halliburton did start off hot. But, Tyrese Halliburton ended up with a torn Achilles, tore it in the first quarter after he was already 3 for 4, too. You feel me? He was hooping. And unfortunately, man, just got injured. Kind of killed the momentum of the game, but it was still, hey, it happens. And if one team could have bounced back from it, I believe it could have been Indiana because of the depth of the lineup. You know what I'm saying?
It sucked to see Halliburton go down because the way he started the game. He had 3 threes. All 4 of his shots were threes, and he hit 3 of them. So, he started the game with 9. So, that was a great start for them. But when he went down, it looked like nobody really knew how to, neither team knew how to take it. It felt like OKC could have probably ran away with it a lot sooner than what they did. But Indiana kind of had me like, hold on, there's a potential for them to really steal this game because of the way that they were still playing. Once again, you already know who I'm going to say. TJ.
That boy TJ.
TJ.
White boy be hooping.
He was out here doing what it do. And
the new white chocolate, brother, I'm telling you.
That first half, it looked great. They looked like they were really fighting. And I think they went up, They were up 2, I think, or something. They were up 3 going into the half. So I just kept thinking to myself, like, if OKC keeps playing the way that they played in the first half, like Jalen, I don't know where he was. He was out there somewhere playing around behind the post, just doing whatever the fuck he was doing. But, I felt like if they didn't come out playing a lot better in that second half, then Indiana was going to steal the game. But I think just overall, once OKC settled down, I think it was just their talent just ended up taking over the whole game. And Chet finally, he showed up to do something. I don't know why he waited to Game 7. I guess it's the best moment to show up. But I feel like, bro, you waited too long. This game, it could have been a 5 to 6 game series if you really would have showed up. And he made up for it in the Game 7, and then at the celebration, he was really on one there, stumbling on the words, but I feel you, bruh. You just became a champion, so enjoy it.
Hey, young
boy. Enjoy it.
Yeah, man. So we was talking all that shit too, like Chet, you the one not showing up and shit. Like, what's going on? I was like, Chet, I can't put the bet on Chet, cause every time I kept putting you plus 15, bro, and you wasn't plus 15 in, bro. So that shit was getting me upset. And then I said, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking bet on you for Game 7, and then you hoop. But that's what you gotta do, cause if not, if they would have lost, you would have been the first piece they was about to get the fuck up out of there. That's real shit.
Yeah.
So and then that whole shit we was talking about, like KD going back over there that shit could have been a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like from what I saw, it was just like the home court really mattered for those teams. For certain teams, it don't really fucking matter. Like the Knicks, it didn't really matter for. We had kind of like I think like a 500 record at home. We were better on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
facts.
10-2 going into that game was OKC at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Indiana would hold. I've seen them hold down home court a lot. They got good fans, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that because they don't got shit else to do out there in Indiana or Oklahoma besides go for some sports teams, you know what I'm saying? So It's not a shot at the cities, but it kind of is because I don't really give a fuck. But I think what it showcased though was they obviously talked in the locker room at halftime, and it was like, bro, why is this team even close to us? But the thing is, you can say that all you want. There's just a person out there that really wanted T.J. McConnell. You feel me? That's keeping him in the game. Pascal keep hooping. You know, he was hooping, but he ain't summoned enough spirits for this game. You feel me?
You know who was a big letdown too? Another big letdown for the Pacers. My man Miles, man.
Miles Turner, man. He just
doing out there, bro. Like
that was probably one of the worst series I've ever seen out of a big man.
I'm just tired of seeing, bro. You're 7 feet, bro. Stop shooting the ball from 3-point land. Get down low, pause, and just go to work, bro. Go to work. That should be like you hitting the three should be like that's just like a bonus. I don't need you shooting 10 of them. 3 is cool. All your points should be coming from the paint, bro.
You 7 feet. Why are you shooting?
Why are you even shooting it?
Like,
the furthest you should go is like 18 feet, if anything. Just like, come on, bro. Like
he was chucking them hoes.
He was chucking them. Just letting them go. Like, bro, chill out, fam. Like, go get a board and get the putback. Get down low, pause, bang, bang, ha. What happened to that?
And it was crazy too, cause like what was wild too was that like statistically, like shooting percentage wise, Shea really shot like shit. He was like 8 for 27 or some shit.
Horribly.
But he was getting the team involved. He was doing his playmaking shit. Like sometimes that's what you gotta do as a winner. It's not all about scoring. Cause you know you're gonna score anyway. You're gonna get to the line, all that.
Right.
You the PG, feel me? Boom. Fine, motherfuckers. Go through the lane, cut through, Euro step. They all draw in, wide open kick out. Now and they were hitting their shots too. Shout out Caruso. Real championship shit. Y'all got T.J. McConnell. We got a Caruso. And the difference is Caruso got height and more athleticism than T.J. McConnell. So T.J. can affect the game, but on to a certain extent. Once the trap starts coming for him, he don't really got nothing for that. He don't got a crazy bag work or a crazy handle. If it's one-on-one, he knows how to get there, stop, pop, get to the midi, or he'll go right past you and do that little scoop under the rim. You feel me? But if it ain't that, he's not really hooping like that.
They were trapping him a lot.
Yeah.
And putting him in situations.
When they put him in the trap, he didn't know what to do. Yeah. Feel me? So he was turning over the ball, and then it shows like that's why Halliburton worked with the team, because he could he's more athletic and taller. He could run around. He has more vision. Right. He a PG, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta give McConnell credit. No matter what, he still fought. But you knew that wasn't gonna sustain for the whole game. You wasn't gonna keep doing that. You're not.
They were gonna figure it out after a while, because
you feel me? He's a piece. He's a role player, and he's a role player. But he was exceeding his role. He was exceeding his role.
Bro, if he doesn't get an extension,
hey man,
if he don't get an extension,
you gotta give him something.
Like, cause
he deserves it, man.
Balled, man, he really showed out. Nimhard, he balled throughout this series, man. He did what he could. Yeah. You know, he showed a lot of heart through the series, and Indiana, man, they're gonna be. You're gonna have to look out for them next season. I think they're definitely one of the teams that are still going to be up there in the East, because the East is so wide open right now. So I think
they'll be alright, but I don't think they'll. I think they probably out of their first round without Halliburton. He not coming back. I mean, it depends on who they go against. I would say matchup wise, it would matter who they go against. I think they're gonna still be competitive for sure.
And that's what I mean, though. I feel like they're gonna be a team
they're gonna be like
they're gonna be a nuisance out there in the East. I feel like
they're still gonna hoop, but
I still feel like they can be a at least a top 8, top 9 team, depending on how their season goes, depending on how their off season goes as well. Because that also
they gotta have to make moves.
Gonna have to that's gonna play a big part. Because either they're gonna have to. I really feel like they might have to let go of Miles.
It gotta go a different direction.
It's not happening. Like I said, just from what I've seen in the finals, for me it's just too much shooting, bro. You gotta shoot less, man. Let's work on that post game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But hey, look. What happened was, like we said, feel me? Now, for me, you can't say nothing. SGA is the greatest Thunder of all time, brother. Oh, but I will say this. He is, no matter what he is. I don't really like people throwing in this conference finals MVP shit into conversations because that shit has not been around forever. That shit was not around when Jordan was playing. Or Magic or Bird or none of that shit. So then now it's like, now I could use that to give. I'm not using that to give nobody extra shit. Honestly, I really can't. If we're talking about like modern, I guess like if you're going from then on, but I'm not doing that. If we gonna put them in like
the chip.
I'm not putting that in GOAT conversations because that was never around. There was never a conference finals MVP. That was never an award. Just as much as like, bro, I'll even say that shit about Jalen's award, like the clutch player of the year shit. When the fuck did this shit start happening? Like, I respect it, but it's just like, I don't get why we're making all these fucking awards. It needs to be MVP, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year. Then you do your all NBA teams, and what else? Am I missing? That's it. Right? MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year.
That might be it.
That's it. Like, all this...
I think they had, like, a comeback player of the year.
Comeback player, I mean...
But it's like... But I think a lot of these awards are just... It's kind of like...
Oh, and Six Man of the Year. My fault. Yeah, I like Six Man. Six Man can stay. That's a real one, for sure.
I feel like it's like when you're giving kids... like the participation award. You know what I'm saying? Like you participated, so you get you get an award for participating. You didn't really win anything, but you're getting a reward for participating.
The only thing that I'll say is a little different from that is because at least they're like participation, you could get it just for showing up. At least they're like putting up some type of stats for it. But I'm like, bro, what are we? It feels participation-y because it's like. I just made up that word too, participation-y, because why are we giving you an award for this? Like, I don't think we need to do that. Let's keep it simple.
I feel like it's just a little too much now.
Because now we're going to use this. It's the same thing with the fucking in-game tournament shit. So now what are we going to do? Oh, well, he got 4 in-game tournament things. So, no, bro, I'm not listening to that. That shit don't mean nothing.
The in-game tournament to me is like the NIT, my nigga. Like, it's the not-in tournament. You won the not-in tournament. Like, it's not the NCAA championship. Nah, like, we're not really counting the NIT.
Yeah,
we're counting the NCAA. You know what I mean? We're not counting it. Like, for us Celtics fans, we don't raise conference fucking banners. We don't raise those. We raise the finals banners. We don't do that. We don't do no conference nothing because we want the chip. It's all about the chip. It's about that finals. It's about raising that banner and saying, yeah, we got banner whatever. We were the best in the league for this year, not we were the second best.
Yeah. So it's like, even though I still say, it definitely is SGA for top Thunder ever, I'm not using that Western Conference shit. I said it before. But then I sat back and I thought about this shit. I said, you know what, man? This shit is some new shit. Like, no, bro, there was never such thing as conference MVPs. that shit shouldn't even be a thing, bro. Like, and then they do it in baseball too. Now baseball's ALCS MVP. I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but if you don't win the chip, what the fuck that shit matter?
We trying to win this whole thing, man. We ain't trying to just.
I ain't even happy if I win that shit and I don't win the chip, man. I'm like, yo, at least you got the Eastern Conference MVP. I don't give a fuck.
I want the chip.
I want the chip, man. But like, anyway, man, you know, congratulations to the Thunder. You feel me? What I will say, since we're keeping on this topic, I think as far as for next year. I mean, this is, if the writing isn't on the wall for the Knicks to get to the fucking finals because of who's out, you feel me? No Tatum, no Halliburton. I'm not saying it's going to be a fucking walk in the park, but as far as what you're looking at and if you're comparing what we did this year, y'all better fucking do something because this is time. This is your best chance to get to the finals.
Not for nothing, it really is.
That's your best chance to get to the finals.
You don't know what's going to happen with Tatum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because even if he's not coming back, like,
you know what I mean?
You have to get playoffs.
Your window is
now. Yeah.
Your window is now because still, like, you still got Orlando out there.
You still got, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be,
there's still teams out there that are still, you know what I mean, on the East that is just going to be a little problem. So, yes, the window is now. So, it also, too, has to, like, what are you going to do in the off season too?
Has to be a move. It has to be
What are you going to do in the off season? Because if you're going to run it back with the team that you got, knowing that you even got a new coach, it still might be a toss-up. Because who's the coach now? This dude's Pops?
Nah.
Nobody's the coach. So now that it's still vacant. We don't know who's going to. So it all, too, depends on who's the coach going to be.
Which I'm sure we're going to get a marquee coach. Like,
you should. Mark Malone is out there.
Because at the end of the day, you're not looking at us like it's not the old Knicks, you feel me? You're not looking at it like, oh, this is a fucking dumpster fire I'm going to. This is a good situation. And I'm not fucking glazing. Like, I don't want people to be on some only glazing. I'm being realistic. If I was talking about any team right now, I would be saying this. Because of the injuries. No Lillard, because Lillard tore his Achilles. And I want all these people to fucking get healthy and come back and all that shit. So it ain't like that. But I'm just saying, like, and it doesn't mean we're gonna beat whoever if we were to go, we would face in the finals. But to get there, if we're basing it off of what the fuck just happened in the playoffs, this is our window. Gotta do something.
The window.
Make a move. Make a move.
And then now, since we're talking about that and talking about next season, we have to get into
people making moves.
to the moves that were made, because then now let's say the Knicks go to the finals. It's going to be a tough road out there in the West because some moves were made.
Ooh, boy.
Some moves were made. KD going out there to the Rockets. I honestly like it. I like that with him and Sengun. And my man Amen Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Fred VanVleet. Don't forget VanVleet out there.
Yeah, I like that team.
Champion.
I like the way that's looking. You know, they got 2 champions on their team now.
Yeah.
Now they got an efficient scorer. You know, it sucks for Jalen, but, you know, I think it was just his inconsistency in the playoffs.
Talk shit and got bounced out.
So, then, you know, Amen came in and he just was more consistent, doing a little bit more playmaking. And, yeah, with the team that they just assembled, this might be a nice little, you know, and then who knows what they're going to do during the rest of this offseason, if they make another move and try to, you know, get another role player. Because they also still they got Steven Adams at the 5.
Yeah,
so you're solid at the 5. You're solid at the 5. You don't need him to do much. You know, putbacks, rebounds, that's your tough guy right there. So you're good in that aspect. You got your scoring from Amen and obviously KD. Sengun, he's up and coming, going to work down there.
And they got that rookie. Well, he was a rookie. The young kid Shepard. He a little light skinned dude and shit. Yeah,
so
he be
I like that little. I like the little young.
You know what I'm saying?
I like the young unit that they got put together right there.
Got and the young and the
right some young with a little bit of veteran leadership, excuse me, and then you got a good coach. You got Ime. Ime gonna toughen you up, man. You see what he did with them last year.
Yep. I would say this. It's actually the perfect situation for KD because he's not what I'll say that Russ has over KD, like, because I'm saying Russ because we were doing like the Thunder shit, like in comparison, like KD better scorer, better whatever, more efficient, not a leader though. And on this team doesn't need to be a leader. All he want to do is hoop. He gets to go to a team where he's just gonna fucking hoop. Ime's gonna run the team as far as like because he's a players kind of coach anyway, so the way he gonna talk is gonna be like if you had a player on the floor being a leader anyway. And then you got Van Vliet who he's a leader, he's vocal, you know what I'm saying? Sengun is coming into his own. This is when he's entering his fucking prime too, like his prime ages. He's about to hoop next year for sure because the pressure is gonna be wild. You're not gonna be able to really do too much if you're trying to, let's say if you got him at the 4, you got KD at the 3, you're not going to be able to, you want to send that help? Because when he start doing them post moves on, you're going to have to send that help.
And that's where
when you send that help, guess who he's passing it to? KD.
And he's a good passer. He's a good passer.
KD.
And his post game is top notch, bro.
Yeah.
His post game is top notch. You don't see a lot of young dudes with the type of post game that he got. Like his footwork is amazing, and he finishes at the basket strong. So with the starting 5 that they'll have, they should be decent. They're gonna give teams a hell of a hard time. I don't think it's going to be as easy as it was for OKC. Not to say it was extremely easy, but similar to the Celtics prior, the season before, they were just the best team all season.
Yeah.
They hit it on all cylinders. They had the scoring and the defense. You know what I mean? Like two things that you need.
They ran into like what happens in the playoffs is just what happens in the playoffs. People get hurt. You still got to go out there and win the fucking games. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. So you got to lock in, right? They locked in. They went through their series. They busted that shit down. Went to the finals. I mean, they really was a hell of a finals going all the way to Game 7 and then going into the first quarter. When Halliburton got hurt, but great series. OKC held it down, but now OKC's got to deal with them. Spurs are gonna come back stronger. Wemby's gonna come back. He's on Monk Wemby. You know what I'm saying? Him with De'Aaron Fox is about to be crazy, bro. San Antonio about to be a problem next year. And the rookie that they just grabbed, I don't know his name, but I was seeing some highlights on dude. He's nasty. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think the West is gonna be fucking crazy. And then
it's gonna be real wild.
Yeah, now you got so like with all these trades going on, man, it's just like I don't know what the fuck is in store for the West or what's going on in the league. This shit is moving. This shit is moving.
Yo, thank you. Yo, KP, Drew, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Helping me see being at 18, being raised. I was able to put it in my crib. Appreciate you. Thank you. And I really do think that move was a money move, man. We had to do what we had to do to clear them books. Cause we had a lot. We had a lot on them books, and we had to make a move. And I don't think that with some of the trades that we made, I feel like those are also they could be possible pieces. Like George Niang, he could be a possible piece with a couple other pieces as far as the drafts that we ended up getting, draft picks that we ended up getting. So it's going to be interesting to see what Brad does because of the things. Ever since he's came to the Celtics organization, it's just been seems like we've been in good hands with him as a coach, bringing us to Eastern Conference Finals with JT and JB, you know, as rookies and all of that, and then getting into the GM position and pulling some of the moves that he did and bringing the chip out of it. I mean, he's doing his thing, man. It's like he's almost like another Danny Ainge 2.0. You know, so I respect the moves and just got to see what else we do.
Yeah, I would say the KP move definitely was money clearing, and obviously Drew Holiday had to be money clearing too. But I think with the Drew Holiday, you really got another. That you got a piece for sure. I would say Niang might be somebody that is gonna be used as a piece to trade again, possibly, or you just keep him there. He could shoot a little bit. He alright. But Anthony Simon, man.
Nah, he's nice.
He could hoop. It's just what y'all lose. You're getting the scoring, but only you're losing defense.
And I feel like leadership. That's what the trade. I feel like that's what the trade was. It was an offense for defense because with the team that with Tatum going down, we're gonna need more scoring.
Yeah, y'all gonna need
we're gonna need more scoring around JB and D White. We still have Pritchard coming off the bench and stuff. We're still trying to figure out with Luke. I say we definitely keep Luke. He was great during the playoffs, and he's just great during the regular season. Plays his role.
Yeah, but Drew though, I don't know, man. I feel like I would have kept Drew.
It would have just been. It was one of those.
I would have kept Drew because it's not like fucking Tatum's out forever. You know what I mean? I think you could basically. You know, not take the year off. Niggas gonna come out and compete all the fucking time. It's basketball, it's NBA players. Any NBA player that steps on the floor feels like they can win any game anyway. But I just feel like, it was for the bread. It had to be all bread because in my mind, I'm not giving you Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons if it's like no bread involved. Like let's say it's just a straight up trade. I'm not doing that because. Score all day. I'm losing that leader. That's a two-time champ.
You're losing the defense.
And like said, somebody that can anchor the shit. Vocal. Yo, y'all over there. Boom. Yo, get over the screen. Screen left. Type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're gonna, cause like in my mind, if you're saying, all right, boom, I want scoring now. That's basically saying that next year we're about to try to play for a chip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's basically saying we about to go all in for this in a way. Because, but then it has me confused too because I saw rumors about Jaylen Brown possibly getting traded to try to get this pick and shit like that. But obviously it didn't happen because
that's done.
You only could do that for Cooper. That's the only way I would do that shit. You feel me?
For me, I just don't even think that would make sense because then if you're making that trade, you're basically saying we're going from a top. We're basically rebuilding. We're not rebuilding. We are retooling. You know what I'm saying? We got to get a little bit better in some areas. It sucked that we had to let go of Drew because of like the defense and the leadership. But then that also too, now D White is gonna have to step into that role. He's now a champion. Yeah. He has to be a little bit more vocal.
Maybe you could develop Anthony too a little bit more. He's still young. Still young.
We still have Sam Cassell out there as an assistant coach. So that could be very, beneficial to him because he's a guard. So that could be beneficial to Anthony as far as just learning guard play. And it's just going to be interesting for next season. I'm happy we didn't trade and get rid of a lot of our main core. I had some type of feeling KP or Drew. Didn't think it was going to be both. But, you just got to take it how it is, pause, and, just look forward to next season. And it's going to be fun.
Alright, so then what else happened? What we got? We got Jordan Poole going to. I thought he was going to the Warriors.
I thought he was going back, bro.
He went to the Pelicans. It's all on Zion, man, with that fucking team. Honestly, man, if he stays healthy, that's not bad. It's not a bad move for them. You know what I'm saying? But they did get rid of C.J. McConnell, but. C.J. McConnell is like...
I feel like he's a good role player.
I'm alright with taking Jordan Poole over him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could live with that in the system. Hey, look, now you went to Washington. You were supposed to be that dude, that's not who you are. You feel me? Come over here.
You could be a piece.
You could still hoop though, cause we gonna let you hoop. It's the Pelicans. What we got going on, really? We here for highlights. At the end of the day,
right.
We want you to run down the court, do some razzle dazzle shit, and throw an alley to Zion, hopefully, or do some razzle dazzle shit, step back threes, all types of shit. Get in your bag, but you're not the guy. Remember that.
Right.
We got
the guy next to the guy.
The guy next to the guy. And you know it could be a good move. I like it for the Pelicans, and I mean I like it for Jordan Poole because again anybody getting out of the fuck. And you know it could be a good move. I like it for the Pelicans, and I mean I like it for Jordan Poole because again anybody getting out of the fucking wash.
Zion would show
that
me
just
more.
Happened, right?
Yeah. If Zion showed me more last year and seasons prior.
I mean, when he's on the floor, he hoops.
Yeah, when he's on the floor,
he's just not on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
The best ability is what?
Availability, bro.
Right. So it's like if he's not playing over 65 games, I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, he's just not.
I don't know how it's going to work because there's times like in the games that I've watched that when we played him, it's like he's balling. And then like that fourth quarter, you can see that energy just getting low. You feel me? Like the endurance ain't there. And there'll be close games. It's not like, you know what I mean? He's not doing this thing.
Yeah.
And there'll be close games. And it's just like, you can just see the endurance just starting to just slow. And it's like, damn, bro, you got to step that up. Get your stamina back. You know, get right. I don't know if it's the weight or what. I don't want to say necessarily it's the weight because there's big dudes too that are out here, you know what I mean, got pretty good stamina, you know, that can, you know, last and have pretty good endurance. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
eating too much, man. He just not taking care of his shit, bro. You gotta lock in, man. This is professional sports. You are a professional athlete. You have to treat your body as so. You cannot be out here eating nasty and not doing your work, because that to me, it can't, because if you, let's say boom, you big, right? You're a little bigger. If at least you working out, your body adjusts to this shit. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It adjusts to, okay, I'm doing push-ups with this body. I'm doing pull-ups with this weight, all of that. So your body could adjust to this shit. But to me, it's like, you're not putting in enough work, bro. You're not putting enough work on the all season. You're being on some lazy shit. You're letting your talent just try to carry you through this shit. And I see where it's at, because your talent is crazy. When you're on the court, it's 25-11 guaranteed every time. You feel me? And that's really who he is. But
not many people could fuck with him, bro.
Nobody could really fuck with him, and then forget it. If he developed a little bit of a shot, but it's like, how you gonna develop shit when you injured all the fucking time?
Right.
I don't get to see you develop nothing. You ain't gonna be in the gym if you're not. How can you be in the gym if you can't even get up to go to the gym? Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with this shit. Like I want him to hoop. You feel me? But honestly, he gonna probably end up getting up out of there anyway. It's gonna end up like. So Jordan Poole might end up just being there by himself,
and it'd be like
within a year. You know what I'm saying? So now you just in New Orleans where the food's better and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
now Washington got who? Chris Middleton and C.J. McConnell now.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like that.
I don't have nobody else. That's the problem.
That's nasty work.
That's the problem.
Now. Washington is nasty work right now.
Where they send KP?
KP's in Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. So he'll be over there with Trey. He'll be over there with Trey.
Okay. I think him healthy, moving around over there, you feel me? Could be some type of...
Stay out the strip clubs, bro. There's a lot of them out there. Stay out the strip club.
But again, man, it's
be good.
Too much threes, man. He's another one. I know he hits them way more consistently than Miles, but I don't know. It is something, bro. Even Wemby, I fuck with Wemby heavy. Wemby take too many threes. If you 7 something, I don't know.
He gotta eat a few sandwiches.
5 threes.
Bro.
Give me 5 threes max.
Yo, if
I need
he puts on a little more weight.
Nah, but he's gonna lock in though. I think he the future for sure. I think, you know what I'm saying,
If
that
he puts on a little bit more weight, bro, shit, the league is in trouble.
And they might fuck around and make a move. I think they're gonna make a move during the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying?
They could.
Might fuck around, make a trade deadline move, depending on how the season's going and how they moving. Might make something to really add that piece, bro. So, and don't sleep. Denver's about to come back hungry as fuck. Keep them. You know they gonna make a move. I feel like they gonna make a move. Try to get somebody. And you just can never sleep on Jokic. Right. Feel me? So I think the West is gonna be wild.
Yo.
Wild West all over again.
Once
you know what I'm saying?
Once Wemby gets it, like once they get that perfect team around him, I don't.
Bro, once he gets, let me just be right here. Throw it right here. Like, cause I really, it's a lot I don't need to do.
Situation, bro.
But that's where De'Aaron Fox gotta unlock that though. De'Aaron Fox is the key.
He has to be
the key
point guard extraordinaire out there with him.
Exactly, cause like what he gotta do is, cause the speed is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So once he, I'm in there. It's a lob to Wemby every time they gotta collapse. But Wemby don't chill out there so much. See that? All you really gotta do
and start running
is
to the
really
basket.
just be at the basket game. I promise you.
He got the perfect situation because he got Pop up there and as well like a general manager, whatever job he got now. He got the teaching. He's getting the teaching from really all of them. From Tony Parker, Timmy's there, Ginobili's still there. They're all there. Everybody is there. So it's like, bro, you're getting the knowledge that he's about to get. The Spurs might fuck around and win another 5.
And also, bro, he's a good dude. He's not in no controversy. Feel me? Like, he could really be the face of the league. And this is what I'm going to bring this up. Because this face of the league shit has got me all fucked up. Because it's like, alright, Anthony Edwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that this is sports. But at the end of the day, he's an athlete, and this is something that he's involved in, regardless if this is not directly, this doesn't have to do directly with sports. The man literally said, I'm not about to take care of my child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yet, we're like, we don't care because he hoop. So, commercials, feel me? That don't mean nothing though. That don't mean nothing, man. Come on, man. No, gave her bread. That's cool.
Like
my whole thing is crazy thing that nobody cares about that type of shit when you hoop.
I feel you.
You feel me? But let it be me. I don't play no ball.
Right. No,
you feel me?
I feel you.
But it's like how do you be like you're the face of the league?
Right.
You know what I mean? When you got this type of stigma on you, because one, the NBA is all about great dads and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron playing with his son.
Right.
All that shit. You openly said, yo, I'm all set with being a dad. I'm about to just hoop, and we're all just like, fuck it, who cares? Because he's in the playoffs and he's hooping. When you got the potential in somebody like Wemby, you feel me? I understand he's not American. Maybe that's probably the reason why it's a little whatever. But
because they talk about Shea. Shea's
exactly.
He's not American.
Exactly.
He's from fucking Canada.
So my thing is, man, I don't give a fuck, bro, how anybody takes this shit. This is how I feel about this shit. As a man, you don't take care of your kid, you're not really a man to me. So how do we say, yo, fuck that, who cares? Just because it's the same thing with a bunch of athletes. All these, domestic violent cases in football, we just like, oh, who cares, bro? He ran for 1,000 yards, so we're cool with that.
Only thing
you know what I'm saying? It's like shit make no damn sense.
Only thing I could speak on is this is just more so like a comment on what you're saying about the Ant situation. We don't know that bitch for real. We don't know the type of bitch that she is. We don't know if she's even like the real type of woman to be even a real mother, and if she's just using it for, if she just got pregnant for the bag. You feel me?
Because there's bitches. But you got her pregnant.
Nah, I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
Yeah,
like, I'm just saying that like there's two sides to every story. We don't know what that bitch was on. She could have been trying to milk that nigga for 18 years. And he just helped her out. Here you go, bitch. Bomb. She may not even want this nigga to deal with the kid. She just wanted the bread. I'm not condoning it. Not condoning it.
Yeah, everything
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know who this bitch is. We don't know the type of woman this bitch is. There's some bitches out here who are legit having babies just for the bread. Now how cool is that? Why as a woman are you just trying to take advantage of a man? So now all we doing is just canceling each other out. We're both doing some dumb whack shit.
No, because now not though, because one is still being a parent and the other one's not. So it's not.
But how is it? But at the same time, how do we even know that woman is even being a true parent? How many bitches out here are really not that ill as moms?
That's cool.
You know what I'm
still
saying?
Had the baby though.
Both of them.
If you have if I go ahead and fuck a prostitute and I have a kid, it don't matter that she's a prostitute. That's my kid. I gotta do what I gotta do, bro. You have to lock in.
Right.
You don't gotta give her. Fuck her. Let her do what she gotta do. Kick her to the curb. Whatever the fuck. You still went and fucked, and you still had a baby.
Right.
It don't matter if she's a piece of shit or not.
Right. If she had the baby and she's carrying this thing, she is the nurturer. If I'm not around, who else is there, right? The woman. The woman has the baby, has the child mainly. So if she's not even doing that, then we both pieces of shits.
I mean, we don't know if she's not doing that, though.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know is that Anthony Edwards is not doing that. That's the thing.
But at least it's out there. It's out there that so we know that he's not doing that.
Yeah, but
we know.
Exactly.
We don't know what this bitch is doing.
Yeah, but it's like one is a fact and one is a we don't know. So the one that's a fact is I don't want to be a dad. That's the fact one. The other one is we don't know if she want to be a mom or not. But this one is actually a fact that is out there.
And I don't disagree with that.
I just feel like you can't. I'm not about to say you. I can't. How could if Ant came up to me, I'm not gonna respect him because I'm not gonna respect somebody that says I don't want to be a dad to a kid I had because that's me. You feel me?
See, for me, I would look at the situation differently because now if I'm not looking at your personal, I'm not on the nigga. Right, but I'm not taking your personal life and including it into this basketball thing that we got going on. Because I'm just focusing on you as a basketball player.
Yeah, if we're talking basketball.
I'm not talking about what you got going on in your personal life. Because sometimes we getting too involved in the people's personal lives, and it sucks that they're athletes and that all our focus is on their lives and what they do, either in their personal lives or on the court, right?
Right.
So it's like either way, when you step into this life. This is what comes with it, right? This is everything. So you gotta deal with the ups and downs, the wins, the losses, the good and the bad, right? Yeah. You gotta deal with all of that shit. So, but my only thing is just that like I said, I'm looking at you for your basketball shit. I'm not gonna take your personal life and include it into this.
I have to if you're gonna be the face of the league.
But for me, I'm not getting into the face of the league because if you really want to get into that, then it would have to be somebody like a Shea.
Right.
Nobody getting in trouble. He got the chips. He's a great role model for the kids. Yeah. The kids love him. Not for nothing, the guards sell more than a big man.
Yeah, but
because it's closer. So I would take. So it's like, if I'm looking at everything, then yeah, I'll probably take a Shea. Because if you're looking at outside antics, bro, your outside antics, and then all this other shit within the league too. you play on the court and shit. You're showing up, but you're not, really winning them games or whatever. So I might overlook that. I'm gonna overlook a job because you're getting in too much trouble. You had the opportunity was there.
You're acting like you're from the hood.
Right. So if I'm gonna look at like, who's the face? It would have to be Shea. He just won the chip.
Nah, and that's what I would say too.
You know
but the problem is that's not the narrative that's being pushed. The push is, bro. Shea in commercials. Ant is in wild commercials. And this is, bro. This shit gonna sound like whatever. Motherfuckers take it how they want. Like I'm on some hater shit. I don't give a fuck about that. What I'm trying to explain is, if you're the face of the league, you have to encompass all that shit. Mm-hmm. Good outside, great, got the looks, got the smile, pause, got the, you know what I'm saying?
Got everything.
No crazy controversy. Great father figure, because that's a thing now. When Michael, nobody cared about that shit. But ever since LeBron came through, that shit matters now. Motherfuckers be looking at whether you a good dad now or not. You know what I'm saying? Because especially since not only
Curry,
you look
Curry.
They sitting there they bring the kids to the podium.
Yeah.
You know what
Jason
I mean?
Tatum,
Deuce with Deuce and all that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so I need you to do all of that. And when you say, and I just feel like, bro, we just forgive too much. Well, not forgive, because I don't really care. Yeah, do your thing, whatever. But it's like, we just really brush over shit because motherfuckers be hooping. In the NFL, it's even worse. At least with that, nobody was hurt. But it'd be like these running back. I mean, how many domestic violence cases have happened in the NFL? And then they just come back and they play. And then who cares? Cares about Kareem Hunt, whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? And we just move past it because they hoop or they play a sport. When for me, there's certain shit I can't respect. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One is, putting your hands on a woman, and another one is choosing not to be a dad. And I just feel like that stops you from being the face of some shit. You know what I'm saying? So what we're saying is, let's stop, bro. Shea should be the fucking face of the league. And that's it.
Too, though,
now, he's the face. I mean, I guess you could change it every year, but
also too, though, I think more so too is that we gotta look at the fact that what player is speaking to the younger generation, not our generation, like not my generation, not your generation. Yeah. What player is speaking to the younger generation more? And regardless of what may be going on out there, if this is selling,
these YNs don't care no more.
The NBA is still a business. You feel me? Yeah. At the end of the day, this is still a business. If this is making my business run and go like this, bro, I gotta keep riding with that. I gotta keep making this money because this is bringing me in this bread. This is making these fucking, the ratings are going through the roof. They love when this dude comes out here and he's shoving KD and doing all that. They love it. It puts butts in the seats, fans in the stands.
Yeah, that's why he's getting pushed up. That's why he's getting elevated because he's excited and he talks shit. He goes out and talks crazy. So everybody wants to fuck with that.
Yeah.
But we're saying that you're saying, and I'm saying that it should be the hoops. It should be what you do on the court and the other shit because Shea's not getting into nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's a very likable person, you know what I'm saying? You saw how, he was when Halliburton got hurt and shit like that. Very humble, very respectable person.
Yeah, he went to go check him after the game.
You know? It's
hard to turn.
It's like, why aren't y'all pushing that? The NBA just be on some ass
because
shit.
He's Canadian?
Canadian and where he's at. To be honest, if he played in any big market shit, forget about it. It's really the Oklahoma shit. And Minnesota's a small market too, but since he does all that extra shit, he could get the more publicity because he's talking shit.
It's a bigger market than
it's OKC. A little bit bigger. Yeah, it's definitely
a bigger market than OKC because you gotta also think Minnesota also has the Minnesota Twins. You know what I'm saying? They have the Minnesota Vikings. They have professional teams. Other professional teams. You know what I'm saying? They got the Sooners. They got Oklahoma State.
They got college teams.
They got college teams, and then now college hoops. And then now the NBA or whatever. So it's like that's all they really have. But with Minnesota, they're more of a bigger market than OKC.
Yeah, nah. I think Yeah, nah. I think that was sometimes we just gotta. I just had to say my shit. Like it was on my mind. Like, cause they was talking about this face of the league shit, and I'm like, how the fuck is it just not Shea? If he's just won the MVP, Western Conference MVP, and now we'll talk about it because it's in the modern era of shit, and we're talking about face of the league today, and then he just won the chip with the Finals MVP, bro. Like. I understand small market, but why don't y'all push that? You know what I'm saying? Do something for that. Adam Silver, you know what I mean? But all y'all thinking about is just dollars and shit. But y'all supposed to be thinking about the players and y'all got this player union shit. Well, how about the player union figure out a way to make the right person the face of the fucking league? Because I think the players should determine that more than anything. Why the fuck? Your peers, who do they feel? Who do they feel is
and that could be, and they could say anything.
You might get a bunch of hate and shit. Might get some real answers. Yeah. Be a mixture of both. But I think like you would get the best one though. Like if whoever they did decide to push would be something we would all be like, I bet. I can see that.
It has to be something that's really makes sense not only for the league but also for the fans. That's somebody that the fans can really jump behind. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Yeah.
But somebody that the fans can really like. They want to see this dude succeed, or they want to see this dude's game. And then not for nothing, it may not even be one of these guys that we see right now. It could be a rookie coming up. It could be one of these draft picks, which I only know about 3 of them. But it could be one of them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, now I only knew Cooper.
What if Cooper shows out? What if he just shows out?
So let me say this though, since we talking about Cooper, right? I see that like I see the skill set, see the height. What I wasn't seeing is like the speed. I'm not gonna go ahead and say he's a shoo-in to bust ass in the league. Mm-hmm. There's certain players I could say that about Zion, Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? I knew they was gonna hoop off the rip.
It's almost like they getting another Luka.
Is it though? Because he don't really play like Luka. He plays more like downhill. Feel me, to the basket. He's got the athleticism, but does it translate? I'm a little skeptical on whether it's gonna work, because when I was watching him play, I ain't see like crazy explosive speed. Like he trying to get past people and they're still right there with him. And that's at the college level. Mm-hmm. That shit gonna be a whole different animal in the pros. You know what I'm saying? So was he the best player in this draft? Yes. You had to pick him one. But this draft wasn't too crazy.
I knew like 2 to 3 people, and that was about it. Like I had to text my boys like, yo, who are these niggas? Because I don't know who anybody is.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know who. I wasn't
not
hearing.
Like no disrespect.
I wasn't hearing nobody's name coming out. In
just Cooper
college, like and Dylan Harper. That was really it.
That's all I was hearing.
That was really it. Other than that, I wasn't really hearing nobody like, yo, you gotta see this dude from such and such. Yo, you gotta watch this. Because there's so many fucking colleges out here, it's like it's hard to fucking keep up. But it's really, I didn't see, there was no name that I was really like, okay, that's the guy. I think he's going to be it. It wasn't like that. So it's more like let's see what you guys got.
They say a name, I'll be like,
let's see, just put them out there on the court and let's see what the fuck they got.
And to be real, man, once my team doesn't have a fucking pick in the first round or anything like that, I'm really not that interested. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I'm really
not that interested. I don't know who the fuck we got. We got some dude
named like Hugo or something like that.
We got some African dude that I can't pronounce his name. I think we're trading him though, or doing some. I saw us. We were doing something with some picks. I'm like,
moving shit around.
I said, bro, keep the African dude. Who cares, bro? We're not worried about the young pieces right now. We're worried about like next year grabbing a piece and doing all that type of shit.
Yeah,
like all that.
And I seen in the second round too, we got some dude from Kentucky. The dude from Kentucky, from what I seen, he looked pretty good.
And sometimes the second rounders be a diamond in the rough, man.
Like he looked pretty good. Like he was dropping dimes. You feel me? So it's like, well, you got good court vision. So I mean, who knows, bro? Like I just wait for game 1 of the NBA season. That's it. Like the preseason games don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
nothing. Even in football, they mean nothing to me because half the dudes that you watching, the majority of them are not gonna make the team.
Nah, they're really not.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it don't make no sense for me to make a judgment on how my team's gonna be or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just let me see the first.
Like, especially like where our teams are at, like, and it's like right now we're not like developing right now. We're already developed, so it's
we're trying to just figure out what other pieces we need.
Exactly.
What's gonna keep the ball rolling in the right direction, opposed to going backwards. We want to keep moving forward. These new dudes, who knows, bro? Like,
look, we're gonna wrap up on the NBA shit, and we're gonna close out this last like 5. With the UFC 317, you feel me? This is the shit that we're gonna do. My cousin doesn't know shit about UFC, but every UFC that comes along, he's gonna become more and more of an expert. You feel me? We're right now we're only doing main and co-main events. Soon we're gonna be doing the whole main card. You feel me? And then that's it, cause I don't fucking care about prelims anyways. If it ain't just main card shit, that's the most we're gonna do on Primo. But so UFC 317, you feel me? We got the co-main event, which is Kai Kara France versus Pantoja. I can't really say his name first name too well, so I'm just gonna say his last name, Pantoja. That's gonna be the first fight, and the second fight is gonna be my man Ilia Topuria. Feel me? Going against that dog, Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. You feel me? So, cuz, I know you did a little research. You feel me? I just hit up cuz and I'll be like, hey, check out these 2 fights. We'll start with the co-main event. Kai Kara France versus Pantoja. Who do you got?
Hold on, I gotta see these dudes again.
Yep. Let him do his shit.
I got it, cause I did make my choices. I gotta remember the faces. I gotta put faces with names and shit.
Okay, got you.
Okay, yeah. The first one, I'm going.
This is the main event. Right. Do the other one. Do the co-main event.
I'm going.
Right,
this
right
dude
here,
right here.
Alexandre.
I'm going my man Kara France on this one, man. I'm gonna ride with Kara France. I don't know. I like the boxing styles more. You know what I mean? The strikers. I'm feeling that. He seems like when you get like you can't really grab him. You do like he has a way of wiggling out of shit. So kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna get this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with him. He's the underdog in this one, right?
Yeah, he's not.
I'm gonna go with the underdog.
He's gonna be he's a plus 195.
Plus 195. So I'm gonna go with him.
So
I'm gonna ride with him.
Now let me do my little breakdown of it. You feel me? So the thing is with Kai Kara France, probably has the strongest. He's probably the strongest in the division as far as power goes because he has the most first round knockouts.
Mm.
So Pantoja, his advantage is in the grappling. That's like if all else is failing, he gonna go to the grappling. But he ain't scared of shit. He'll bang, pause, he'll stay in the pocket. He's strong as well. The way that this fight, I see it going, is Kai Kara France is going to win. And he's going to stop him. The reason why. So, they both fought this guy, Ursing. So, when Pantoja fought him, that guy's a striker. He got good grappling, kind of good all around game. You know what I'm saying? He was keeping Pantoja up and was actually giving him trouble on the feet. The thing is that Pantoja had to lock in, get him on the ground. That's how he ends up winning the fight. But he was getting pieced the fuck up. Bloody, but he was catching him back and he just wouldn't stop. And with the ground control, you're going to win the fight. Kai Kara-France knocked out Ursing in the first round. Now, no, I'm not saying because, he knocked him out and this was a close fight, that means he's going to win. No, what I'm saying is the fight's going to play out similar. Because Kai Kara-France probably has the best takedown defense in the division. So he's going to keep him up. And his hands are better than Ursing. So if he's keeping it up, catching you, and with that power, Pantoja hasn't experienced that power yet. And he's on a crazy win streak. That shit be meaning you do. It's tough in the UFC to keep that fucking belt. It's tough. The UFC is the hardest fucking thing in the world to stay a constant champion in. There's no other sport that's even close to that shit. It is so hard to defend that belt consistently because you have so many ways you could lose the fight. It could be elbows. You could get choked out. You get kicked in your fucking head. It's insane. Wrestle the whole time. You could be a striker all you want. A motherfucker could hold you down for 25 minutes just punching you and win the fight. That's just how it goes. So I got Kai Kara-France in that one. So now we're gonna move on to the main event. So that is Charles Do Bronx Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria. You know what I'm saying? Who do you got in that fight?
Topuria. I ain't even had to think about that one. Topuria, once again, it's that boxing style, and he looks like he hits hard, bro. Mm-hmm. And what's his dude? Oliveira?
No, yeah, Oliveira.
Okay, yeah.
Charles Oliveira.
He got a great ground game. I ain't gonna hold you. His ground game is crazy, but he got to get him on the ground to be able to use it.
Yeah.
And if he's not able to get him on the ground, I don't see him standing going, throwing the ones with him. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like Topuria got way too much of an upper hand. Mm-hmm. Like his boxing game is crazy. Yeah. His boxing game look crazy, fam. And he looks like he hits hard. Mm-hmm. Like everything he was throwing, it looked hard. And everything looked crisp. Everything just looked on point. So yeah, I'm gonna go Topuria on this one, and what he's supposed to win, right? Like they got him
minus 400.
Yeah, they got him minus 440 right now. So yeah, I got him winning this. I don't see unless Oliveira's able to get him on the ground to be able to use his ground game. I don't know. And then even then, Topuria's he looks strong, so I don't know how long Oliveira's gonna be able to hold him down. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Topuria on this one.
All right. So, for me, this is one of the toughest fights I had to pick. I don't give a fuck what the odds say. Charles Oliveira is a motherfucking problem. Great Muay Thai stance. Very aggressive. Is not afraid to get in the pocket. So, that's where Topuria could really just knock him the fuck out. Or the power doesn't really transfer as well from 145 to 155. 10 pounds doesn't seem like a lot, but it is when it comes to fighting. Charles Oliveira he's been at 155 for a minute. This is his weight class. Topuria walks around heavier than 155 for sure. But is the power going to transfer? If he hits him, because Charles Oliveira has been dropped by Chandler. He's been dropped by Gaethje. He's been dropped by he lost when he got dropped by Islam, but he been dropped by Dustin Poirier. Gotten up every time, was able to finish the fights besides the Islam Makhachev, but Islam Makhachev is the best fighter in the world right now, so you can't really be mad at him losing like that. But the thing is, he does get caught. And if Topuria's power does translate over, it's night-night, because this guy has knocked out Volk, knocked out Max Holloway, who's never been fucking knocked out. I mean, Max Holloway barely has been knocked down. I think he's only been knocked down once, and it was like it didn't even, it shouldn't even counted as a knockdown. A knockdown. This guy knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm worried about is when he gets because he's gonna eat a shot, because Charles is not gonna be scared of him. You feel me? He's gonna go in that pocket. And here's another thing though. Here's the twist. Poirier better be careful too. Charles Oliveira got 10 finishes by knockout. He can crack. So, can you handle his punch? 155. The one time that you were at 155 was against a guy named Jay Herbert. He got kicked. This is the fight that he almost lost. He got kicked and almost knocked out to Poirier. Like, you see him, his flash knockout. But he gets up, ends up knocking Jay Herbert out fucking cold. So it's like, now we saw two things in the lightweight. We saw you get hit and almost get rocked by a lightweight. You almost got up out of there. But then we also seen you knock out a lightweight. And to Poirier, man, he can knock out anybody. He can fucking knock out a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty as hard as he hits. But it's whether he can catch Charles with that right hit and put him out remains to be seen. I'm going with Charles Oliveira. Maybe because it's just some fan favorite shit, but not really because I like Poirier too. But I think what happens is Oliveira able to do a scramble. He has to get in the pocket, take a shot or two, go for a takedown, make Poirier scramble, but don't sleep because Poirier is actually good at wrestling. He's one of the most all-around, he's well-rounded, you know what I'm saying? He has to get him in a scramble, takedown, and then he's 5'10" versus 5'7", you know what I mean? So he's longer than him, pause. Might put him in a yoke, but who knows, man? That's remain to be seen. But what is to be seen is another wrap on an episode. Man, we fuck with y'all, man. Love everybody on TikTok that came through and showed love. You feel me? This shit gonna keep going. Lex forgot the mics though, so that's gonna be the title of this shit. It's gonna be Lex forgot the mics, but next week we're gonna have the mics again.
Yeah, man.
So tell them why you forgot. Tell them why you forgot the mics, yo. No, I'm fucking with you.
I was about to say, word. Oh,
nah, cause the thing was,
what we doing?
I said, yo, cuz you want to
go explain it. Don't go. They don't need it, bro.
It's my fault too. It's my fault.
We don't need to go explain. Listen, we just forgot it. Next episode we'll have it. Everything will be good. You know, we'll just say
episode number 7.
Technical difficulties. How about that?
We're learning. Y'all. Y'all learning with us.
We just gonna ride with that.
Yeah, y'all learning with us. We here, all on a journey together, man.
Everybody's gonna grow. We're all gonna grow.
Yeah. Primo Sports, man. It's a wrap,
man.
Love y'all,
man. Get with us.
All right, man. Peace.